assumption. Take it out, light it on fire, 'cause you're not the one. A bad assumption. Take it out, light it on fire, 'cause you're not the one. A bad assumption. It's a fact, you're gonna die.
Not cool, Josh.
Yeah.
I'm Don Lemon. I'm here with a serial killer. We're about to break into a gentleman's home, and I'm going to document a live murder. It's okay. This person is a Trump supporter. I just think it's really important for the American people to see what happens if you support a fascist dictator. Oh, are you ready? Okay, come on.
1 week later.
I think my arrest was ridiculous. I think it was a joke. I was just doing I was just journalisming. I didn't murder the guy. I was standing 3 feet away from the guy who did. And I think Donald Trump is just targeting any journalismists that are perhaps putting his administration in a poor...
Oh, hello, Instagrammers. It's me, James Ripton. And look, Bird Ripton's here.
Hey, James. I figured since you hated Sock's gifts so much...
Okay, that's enough of that. How's it going, my homies? You are here on I guess this would be the official second episode of Cool Stream Live. Cash App, no, this is, I don't expect you guys to give me anything today. I messed up on yesterday's episode, so we're just going to keep this one cash, and this one's on me, dudes, you know? Let's have some fun and tell some jokes. You guys got to see a couple of my funny videos that I used to do on Instagram and YouTube. So let's just get started here. I do have a couple of things on the docket. I showed you my Don video. You guys understood that, right? I mean, he's an idiot. He's an idiot who commits crimes with people and then cries about them on television. I don't know if I have a point of that. I don't know if there was a point to that, but I wanted you guys to see that because I thought it was funny and I wanted you guys to get some enjoyment out of it too. But the thing is, I'm a stand-up comedian, right? I don't know if I think Vic's mentioned that on the channel a couple times. And stand-up comedy gets to kind of be what it used to be now because we're not policed with our words anymore, right? A couple years ago, especially like 2017 to 2020, the left thought that they could just tell us what we could and could not say, and it was kind of a rough time. I live in Colorado, and Colorado is a lot like California when it comes to the severity of how the left has a stronghold on, freedom's nutsack, right? And so luckily, that stuff is kind of breaking apart, but we're seeing the eventual creep of socialism coming through the cracks. I had a history teacher that told me that socialism was inevitable. And I watched this interesting video the other day that said the Antichrist was actually Islam. And go look that up for yourself. I really didn't plan to go into all of that, but we need to laugh now more than ever. And what's cool about comedy is that it's kind of a free speech protest, right? If you're into comedy, you get to kind of be an activist, and you get to say things that people would be scared to say, and you're kind of providing a venue for people to not be so afraid anymore. In a comedy venue nowadays, you get to say anything goes, right? Because the issue that I have with people having problems with comedy is that when you tell a joke, it's not the subject matter that is funny, right? Like if you tell a racist joke, you're not really like, haha, melanin is funny. right? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life, right? So what's funny is the insensitivity. It's always the insensitivity because it's shocking. And it tickles your insides. You're like, oh shit, that's something you can't typically say. That's what's funny about it. It's not the subject matter. But the left, because they like to twist everything on planet Earth and weaponize anything they can possibly weaponize to try to hit you in your heart and your tummy sack, it's a better time now more than ever to celebrate comedy and to show these lefties that we're not backing down. And we were just watching the Cool Vic channel, right? Because Cool Vic is the best boss in the world. It's really, really cool that he's allowing me to have this kind of bonus show to myself. And it's a half-hour show. We're going to watch a bunch of skits and sketches, and we're going to see what lands and what doesn't. And I'd appreciate it if you guys would tell me what lands and what doesn't, because I want to know if I suck. Can you guys tell me if I suck or not? I would love that. I want to know. And so I have a little list here. This is like the second live stream I've ever done, so I know it kind of seems amateur, and that's kind of the theme of the day for me. I've been involved in amateur activity all day long, but you're going to get to meet James Ripton. He's a character that I used to do on Instagram. He used to be actually pretty popular. You get a couple hundred views in that live, 5 or 6 years ago, and a bunch of followers and stuff. But he's this funny parody of James Lipton from Inside the Actors Studio. It's a movie. I'm a big movie guy. I used to act in low budget independent horror movies that went to like IFC Midnight. You could rent them at Redbox. You could buy them at Walmart and stuff. Nobody knows who I am. I think I got popular in Spain once. I think I saw my face on a T-shirt in Spain for the movie Eat. And Eat is about a chick that eats herself. She's an actress who is getting older, and everybody doesn't cast her and stuff anymore. And so she ends up eating parts of her own body. And the whole theme is eat your heart out, right? So I mean, it's kind of on the nose. The movie is pretty good. It's really gross. It achieves what it's supposed to, but that's just a little bit of background for me. What's funny about the whole language thing from the left, when I was talking about it's not the subject matter of the jokes that are funny, it's the fact that it's the insensitivity is funny. So when the left likes to push back against that, and they try to police language even harder, it makes it funnier, right? Because the more sensitive they get, the funnier the insensitivity gets. But it's never the subject matter. It's never, I think skin melanin is funny. I think, Asian eyes are funny. That stuff by itself is not the joke. The joke is there's a group of people that get super pissed about this. That's funny, right? Where did this segue? Where did the segue to? Segue into the right, where logic is always solved in a sentence. That's true. So one of the big differences, I promise we're going to get to some funny stuff here in a sec, but I want to make this point. The funny thing about the left versus the right is I don't know why it's not common sense to be on the right side of politics, because we can always wrap our minds around a concept, and it only takes one sentence to explain it, right? I don't like abortion because it's murder. Whereas the left, in order to explain their logic, it's like a plate of spaghetti, and in each noodle is like a strain of logic and a hoop that they have to jump through. Like, spaghetti gymnastics is how they have to explain their sides. And it's that's why we laugh. That's why we see these compilation videos of lefties getting owned, because their logic, I mean, half the time they don't even understand what they're saying. And the right side of things can always explain a concept in about one sentence. And so, to wrap up that whole idea that I had, comedy is important. I am a comedian myself. I'm going to show you guys some funny videos tonight. I am going to re-show my debate with Brian Shapiro. I debated Brian Shapiro. I have footage of it. I'm going to show it to you guys because, goddamn, it's funny. And it goes just about as well as you think it would. Brian Shapiro acts very Brian Shapiro in this video. And it's hard to contend with, but I did it. I won, and I want to show you the footage. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be amazing. So I'm going to show you, I told you a little bit about James Ripton. I'm going to show you this, one of the old videos I used to do on Instagram for when it was kind of popular. And then I'm going to show you part 2 of the interview that James Ripton did with me. Because it's my first 2 shows. I don't have anybody famous that I can introduce you guys to. Because the first 2 shows, nobody knows. Nobody knows who I am. And who knows, maybe I suck. Maybe these are the only 2 shows of the Not Cool Show. Maybe it truly is not cool, right? So any hoozles. Let me get this on up here, and let's watch James Ripton get a birthday or a Christmas present from Bird Ripton.
Hey! Well, it's true, you fucking mutant freak.
Oh, I decided to get you a present.
Oh, Bird, I thought hell would have to freeze over before you ever got me a present.
I wouldn't joke about that. That actually happened in the 90s after the OJ verdict. Damn it. Anyways, James, I really wanted to get you something that really dictates what you mean to me in my life.
Oh, Bird, you magnificent son of a bitch. I just knew we'd be friends one day. I can't wait to see what it is. Oh, there's nothing.
You fucking suck, James.
Well, that was cruel.
Yep, that was just a small taste of what I used to do on Instagram. And there's a whole mythology. There's a demon bird from hell. James Ripton goes to hell at one point in the mythology, and when he rises back to Earth triumphantly, there's a demon that hitches himself to James because he thought the tribulation was happening, but it wasn't. He's way too early. But he loved American culture. So he stayed. He decided to stay, and it's kind of like a Weekend at Bernie's situation for him. He's dead, but he's kind of partying and enjoying it. Or a Weekend at Bernie's 2. I think that was the magical one. But Bird Ripton, he doesn't really give a flip about hell anymore, and he just wants some more of that sweet, sweet gold-paved roads that is our beautiful country. And so this was the character that I kind of made a name for somewhat back in the day, and then I crashed and burned. And so now he's back because I'm on YouTube, and we're going to see how he goes. And this is part 2 of the James Ripton and Josh, Not Cool Josh interview. And I hope it's very cool and not cool. Hopefully that name's not a curse, right? I think I'm pretty cool, but it seemed fitting because Vic is Cool Vic. And that's like the coolest name you can come up with because it's cool. And he did the Leet Speak thing with the V1C. And it's hilarious that Sarah doesn't get that because Sarah's an idiot. But more about Sarah later. Let's watch the James interview.
Just talking and singing, I got all my secrets tucked under my shaft. Oh, hello, YouTubers. It's me, James Ripton. And since Joshy had a bit of an amateur hour fucking bullshit evening last night because he was totally unprepared and didn't learn his programs correctly, we're going to try to do another interview with him where I get down to the hard brass facts and we find out more about our beloved Not Cool Joshua. So, Josh, you've got to be feeling pretty good about last night, right? Of course I'm being sarcastic because that was a poop set dumpster fire. James, is it going to be one of these? I don't want to do this. This is not making me look good. This is a brand new show, man. Can you just play along?
Oh, you can see how, damn it, I'm sorry.
No, I mean, really, I can't drive this point home enough. That was
that's
really
embarrassing.
Bad. I mean, if anybody saw that, I'd be surprised if they're in this live stream right now.
I'm not talking to you guys anyways. Who cares?
Vic should fire you. You're suggesting that my boss fires me on our second interview. Wait, you going to take over the show? Are people here for you? I bet people think this is obnoxious. I bet people wish that this part of my show was the part that I will ditch in future episodes. All right, fuck, I'll ask you a couple of questions then. Let's see, what's your favorite mood? My favorite mood? I don't know, stoked? What the you have a lack of interest. You
can't beat stoked.
You can't say anything that's captivating. There's actual people here this time. You think you'd want to retain an audience? Okay. Well, it's shit. I don't know. What's your favorite musical note? My favorite musical note. I don't know. G for cheese, James. What's with these questions?
Oh,
That's a common
cheese.
question people get asked all the time. Who are you? The most boring person I've ever met. In this 5 years that I have been absent from your life, you have gotten very, very boring and just, I'm disinterested right now. My interest is gone. My interest has been dissed. Oh God, who cares? What do you think Michael Knowles' favorite word is? Are you doing this to sabotage me? I couldn't even tell you what Michael Knowles' favorite word is. I don't know. Liberal.
Type in the chat what you think Michael Word's favorite word is.
Southern. I don't know.
After watching the interview today.
I'd like to apologize on behalf of the entire production team here at Not Cool Studios because this was just pathetic. I mean, this is kill yourself amounts of pathetic. See you next time, kiddies. This thing that I'm doing right here, this is what we did on Instagram when we'd sign off. And so if you're confused, this becomes funny over time because I do it every single episode.
Yep. So let me pull the chat back up. This is not easy. I'm doing all this from my phone. It's not easy to do. And so I appreciate everybody bearing with me through all of this because it's fun. This is fun, but I can't wait till I'm better at it. Right. So that was the part 2 of my interview with James Ripton. It did not go well. If there's anything I can say about that interview, it did not go well. I thought James was going to be supportive. I thought that he was going to be grateful that I brought him back from the dead because he's no longer, he's no longer in purgatory or spurgatory, depending on your perspective. And so James is back, and he's kind of a son of a bitch about it. But I'm gonna you know what? I'm gonna do the thing that everybody's come here for. I'm gonna show you my debate with Brian Shapiro. I think that this will destroy him. I think this is going to be a career-ending debate, to be honest. So just bear with me. Oh boy, this sure is embarrassing. All right, where's my debate with Brian Shapiro? Let's see here. It's a good one. I believe this is it. Yeah, he was on it tonight. He was on it this night. He practiced for this one. Aww. I made Brian cry. That's not cool. Like, I mean, I guess I'm not cool, Josh, right? But Brian, I'm sorry. Oh no. Oh no. So, what did you guys think of my debate with Brian Shapiro? We have no audio. Oh my god. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Did anybody hear that? You couldn't hear the interview. Jeez Louise. Couldn't see it even. Oh my god. This is embarrassing. I'm having an embarrassing time right now. Let's try it again. You want to try it again? Tell me if you don't see it again. Oh my god. This is too much. I'm never doing this again. You guys, I'm never doing this
Brian, I know
again.
that I'm a nobody, and so I wanted to take the time to thank you for being here and for doing this debate with me. Okay. Look, Brian, you say that you're a registered independent, but
Can you see this?
you align 100% with leftist
Can you not see
policy.
this?
How do you
Can you hear
contend
it?
with that? Okay. Brian, are you even
right.
able to count to 10?
5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Oh god. He was really on it.
Brian, it seems like you're not very prepared for this. Do you have any closing remarks, closing statements? Brian, you are retarded.
Aw. See? How do you not feel bad for little
Brian, I know
Bly?
that I'm a nobody, and so
How do you not feel bad for little Brian Shapiro after that? Right? I've never seen him cry like that before. We've seen him cry as far as just get really insulting, and you can see that red face he gets when he gets all dog foamed from the mouth. And I don't know if you guys saw the no cap Bry shop the other day, but he has that caveman underbite thing where it always looks like he has a dip in there, and it really does look like his cranium is underdeveloped. Right? I mean, have you guys ever noticed that? He really does look like we could see his cranium in the Museum of Natural History in about 200 years, and they'll carbon date it to be like 1.2 million years old. You know, and maybe that type of skull shape is having an effect on his mind, because there is no, bar none, prime example. There's a picture in the dictionary next to it of the liberal socialist than Brian Shapiro. And it's impressive if it wasn't so annoying. And there is, I mean, Brian, there, like I was saying on Cool Vic earlier, there is like a darkness to him lately. Like he used to be a little bit more jovial, and now it really seems like he's on a mission, right? Like it seems like he's like, oh, that mushroom gobbler Vic made me look stupid, and I'm gonna pot everyone down, you know. Which I don't know how he's gonna. I don't know how he's gonna get a soundboard big enough to pot everyone down. But I think he's like if Brian Shapiro took off his hat and he was bald and he had like that maniacal, you know, supervillain thing, I think that his plan would be to pot everyone down. Can you guys can you tell me how Brian could possibly pot anyone down? I'm going to give you guys about 10 seconds if you could type quickly, and I want to read some of these because I think the chat's delayed. But I am enjoying watching, like Cool Vic, Dark Brian. Dark Brian. Like, Dark Brian Shapiro. Just like the interview we just saw, right? Gilbert, you know, but it's actually Brian Shapiro because he's a retard. Woo! It's getting late. It's getting late, boys. Look, this, I was gonna show a little bit of that Brian Shapiro, Jesse Lee Peterson debate, because I have a lot to say on that. That's going to be one of those ones where I'm going to be able to, let it breathe, every couple minutes, and then just like spurg facts and eviscerate Brian Shapiro with my word lacerations. You know what I mean? Because there are people like Andrew Wilson is able to, with his words, lacerate a million tiny cuts in Brian Shapiro's body, and then Rachel comes with a gallon of bleach and just pours it on him. And that's why Brian's so mad at them. That's why Brian says that they're the worst people imaginable. Because while we just see debate, what Brian really sees is lacerations and bleach-filled wounds. That got graphic and gross. That got pretty gross. Yeah. I'm glad I don't have the Cash App. I wouldn't deserve it. I do really. I am going to sign off actually, because these shows are supposed to be a half hour. It's really late. This was just kind of a preview. I fucked up yesterday, and that was the pilot. And so this is kind of like a preview of what kind of variety show this is going to be. I still apologize that it's a little amateur. I wasn't on my A game tonight, right? I don't think you're in the chat, but you call Brian good. Same with you, Adam. You two, so great. So you guys call Brian good. The calls you make to Brian are good. Okay, I don't have a good sign off yet. Like I said, I'm glad I didn't have a Cash App. I might have one of those in the future, but I'm a very self-deprecating person. I don't think I deserve much, right? So I don't want to take your money. I'm going to have to eventually. I have to pay bills. I have a 3-year-old. I have to feed her Lunchables and eventually her Hot Pockets. That's all I'm going to be able to afford. I'm only going to be able to take your Cash Apps. Nobody wants me. I'm not working retail anymore. And outside of retail, I have 0 skills. I have no skills. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to? I can talk. Obviously I can talk for a long time. Is it very good? I don't know. I'm going to save it. I'm going to watch it back. And I might hate it. I'm self-deprecating. I might hate it even more. I might hate it so much that I might not ever show up on the Cool Vic channel. Vic, I'm sorry. I might not be able to make shorts for you anymore after this episode of the Not Cool show. But anyways, guys, I really, really appreciate it. Thanks for giving this a shot. Go ahead and tell me what you think about all this. Yes, I know. Yes, Spencer Pratt. Yes, I know. There's a lot of tech issues. This is my second episode. You know what? If I didn't hate myself already, you just made me want to end it. You just made me want to end it. Thank you, Sense Protect 3533. Why are you still doing numbers in your screen names? Aren't we done with AOL? Aren't we past the numbers in our screen names? I'm on PlayStation. I'm Joshy Darko 666. It's whatever. I really appreciate any criticisms, as a matter of fact. If you guys want to go on my videos and type, this kind of was shitty, but there were good parts, please say there were good parts. Please say there were good parts. I need it. I really, really need that. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you. Make sure to tune into Cool Vic tomorrow night, and I'll see you this Saturday, and hopefully I'll have a much better setup. But until then, I love you guys. God bless, and thanks for being not cool. Oh my God, and oh my God.